Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the 17th chapter of Social Science Natural Vegetation. Natural vegetation. Vegetation is an important part of human life. It is difficult to imagine life without vegetation. Its importance has been accepted by our ancient scriptures and by modern science. India has a large diversity of natural vegetation. In terms of vegetation diversity, India holds 10th position in the world and 4th in our continent. A forest is a group of trees, and those trees which grow in natural condition without human help are called forest or natural vegetation. Natural vegetation, the diversity in natural vegetation of India is created due to the following reason. The first is relief features. When we are talking about relief features, it contains mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts, etc. A diverse pattern in vegetation is seen in India. Our second point is soil. Soil, example, alluvial, black, mountain, desert. These are the different types of soils in India. This variation in soils also creates differences in vegetation. Then we have temperature. Temperature and humidity in cold Himalayan regions and in southern peninsular region also bring variation in vegetation. Next is insolation. Insolation means sunshine. The insolation over any place depends on its latitude and altitude. Vegetation grows faster where there is more rain and insolation, and thus there we can say there is a diversity in vegetation due to sunshine. Then we have rainfall. Rainfall is unequal. Unequal distribution of rainfall in our country. In turn, it causes diversity in vegetation and humidity. As I told, vegetation grows as per humidity in that region. So, altogether, there are about 5,000 varieties of trees in India, out of which 450 trees are useful commercially. 15,000 flowering plants also grow, which form about 6% of the world. About 22,000 medicinal plants are described in Ayurveda. Thus, it can be said that India has a diversity in vegetation. Our next topic is types of natural vegetation. Existence and growth of any vegetation depends on the climate of that particular region. In the regions of identical climate, the vegetation seen is mostly identical. Regions of such ecological similarities are called natural vegetation regions, and on the basis of altitude, soils, rainfall, and different temperature, natural vegetation regions, it is divided into five types. So let us see this five types. First is the tropical rainforest. Second is the tropical deciduous forest. Third is tropical desert vegetation. Fourth is temperate forest and grasslands. And fifth is a mangrove or tidal forest. So these are the five types of vegetation divided. Let us see it in a detail. The first, as we have said, tropical rainforest. In tropical rainforests are found in hot and humid regions where annual rainfall exceeds 200 centimeter and temperature is more than 22 degrees Celsius. Such forests they are found in area of heavy rainfall of Western Ghats, then Lakshadweep, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the upper regions of Assam, coastal Tamil Nadu, etc. Trees. Trees are found. Which trees are found here in this place? It's mahogany, ebony, rosewood, rubber, etc. And see the characteristics of this particular forest. The trees are about 60 meters tall or even more. There is more humidity due to scrubs. There is no season here like autumn, so the trees are evergreen, and the forests are also called evergreen forest. So we have seen about tropical rain forest. Our next is tropical deciduous forest. Here, the distribution generally such trees are found in the regions receiving about 70 to 200 centimeter of rainfall. These forests are found in the northeastern states, Himalayan foothills, western Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, eastern slopes of eastern Ghats, Vindhya and Satpura ranges. There is a large proportion of this forest in our country. Which trees are found here? It is teak, sal, sisam, sandalwood, care, acacia, catachu, bamboo, etc. The characteristics, a major characteristic of these trees here is that the trees shade their leaves for 6 to 8 weeks during autumn. Every species has a different time to shed the leaves. So all the trees are here without leaves during any particular season. As these trees shade their leaves according to seasons, these are called monsoon forest. Our next is tropical desert vegetation. The desert vegetation, the distribution of this vegetation is generally these forests are found in the regions receiving less than 70 centimeter of rainfall, and it is mostly found in the northwestern region, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, etc. The trees which are found is like jujube, acacia, cactus, kechulo, and dates. And these are the common trees found here. The characteristics of this particular forest is the root of the trees and plants here are long, deep, and widespread. Leaves are shorter, which results in slower evaporation process. Hence, this is the tropical desert forest. Now we are going to see about the temperate forest and grasslands. And this particular forest is also known as Himalayan vegetation on Himalayas. So first we have to see there are four different parts: the height, then the aerial span, then the forest, and then the trees. So first we are going to see the height. So height is 1000 to 2000 meters, and the aerial span is high mountain. High mountains of northeast, West Bengal, and mountainous regions of Uttarakhand. Forest. Which kind of forest is found? It is a tropical forest. And which trees are found? It is oak and chestnut. Second is the 1500 to 3000 meters. The southern slopes of Himalayas, the higher areas of south and northeast is the aerial span. Which forests are found? It is coniferous forest. The trees like pine, sal, silver, etc. Third is 3600 meters and more than that. So it is the higher altitudes in Himalaya near snow line. Which kind of forest? It is alpine and short grassed. It is considered as a tundra region, tundra vegetation. And which kind of trees are found? It is silver fir and birch trees. The major characteristics of the coniferous forest is that the trees have a conical shape. Their branches lean towards the surface so that the snow would easily slide down towards the land. Trees' leaves are long, pointed, and sticky, which can conserve humidity for longer time. So, this is temperate forest and grasslands, the vegetation of Himalayas. Next is the tidal forest. The distribution of these forests are located in the delta regions of rivers along the coast. These forests are found along Gujarat coast and also in the marshy lands of the Bay of Bengal coast. And trees are found like sundri and chair. Let us see the forest products and their utility. Forests are useful to mankind in many ways. Timber wood, teak and sal, they are used for furniture. Boats are prepared from the woods of sundri trees of Sundarvan. Sports goods and packing boxes, they are prepared from the wood of pine and chit trees. Turpentine is prepared from the liquid from chit trees. Sandalwood is used to prepare perfumed oil cosmetics. Baskets, toys, goods, home decoration, they are made from bamboo trees. And sealing wax, resin, gum, rubber, honey, these all things are utility of the forest products. Even medicinal plants like amla, bahida, herde, ashwagandha, they are for medicinal utility. Let us see in detail the medicinal utility of this vegetation. You can open the textbook page number 134, and there is a table of medicinal utility of vegetation. And that first one is Sarpagandha. Sarpagandha, it is useful in high blood pressure. Second is Limbro, neem. It is used for bacterial resistance. Third is Tulsi. Tulsi is very much useful for cold, cough, and fever. Then Arjun, that is the treatment for heart ailments. Then Pili, it is for gas and cough. Then Gallo, it is for diabetes and fever and joint pain. Herde, it is for constipation, hair disease. Amla, it cures gas, acidity, and digestive system. And the last is Karanj. It is used for skin and dental, that is gum disease. So beside the leaf of kakro leaves, catechu from care, bidi from timbru leaves, they are prepared. So forest provides livelihood and food to forest dwellers. This way, forests contribute into the social and economic development of mankind. So we have seen the forest products and their utilities. Now we are going to see the next topic, that is environmental importance of forest. The environment importance of forest is as follows. The first topic on the same page number 134. First is forests are useful to bring rain. From the childhood we have learned how trees are helpful to bring rain. There is a cycle, right? And then we can see the second point, they controls the atmosphere from becoming adverse. That means they keep the balance of the atmosphere. It helps the atmosphere to cure, to be away from the adverse effects of the pollution. So that is why we always see that plant more trees. Third, they provide life-saving oxygen, right? Trees provide oxygen. Fourth, forest controls the floods. Yes, it always helps to control the floods. Then they absorb harmful gases, the harmful gases like carbon dioxide. It prevents soil erosion. It maintains groundwater. The roots of the trees, they hold on the soil, they hold on the water, they help, right? Then to restrict the advancing deserts. Yes, when we are planting the trees more and more, it helps the deserts to be stopped. It will not move ahead. It will not move ahead, and it will not spoil the land. That is restricting the advancing deserts. Forests are useful in reducing air pollution. How it reduces? It purifies the air. Forests enhance the natural beauty of the surrounding. If there are more trees, the natural beauty of that particular region is increasing. Then forest purifies the air. Again, we have seen that as it reduces air pollution, the air purifies. The forest is an ideal places for adventurous tourism activities. Some forests are reserved with reference to national parks, sanctuaries, and biodiversity. Hence, we have seen the environmental importance of forest. Next is forest conservation. When we are talking about forest conservation, how to store the forest, how to keep the forest, how to keep them safe. So, ecosystem is formed due to interrelation of biosphere and mankind. But due to the anti environmental activities and selfishness of man, the ecosystem is disturbed. Man's insatiable desire to procure land is responsible for the destruction of forest. Forests are destroyed also by increasing population. Policy of establishing industrial units away from the residential areas. Urbanization, multipurpose projects, constructions of road, zoom cultivation, and to get timber and fuel wood, forest fire, etc., are the factors which are responsible for the destruction of forest. Ecological balance is disrupted due to the destruction of forest. We can see the adverse effects. It is noticed that because of the forest destruction, these include decrease in rainfall, drought, global warming, greenhouse effect, advancing deserts, homelessness of wild animals, etc. are we can see the adverse effects of forest destruction. According to the national policy of 1952, there must be the forest cover over 33% of the total geographical area of the nation. In India, forests are spread over about 23% area, while forests occupy only about 10% of land in Gujarat. So it is very much necessary to prevent destruction of forest and to protect them and to conserve them. So conservation of forest is necessary. We can say that in Gujarat, wild khakro, Google, Nilsoti, Sisan, Ambli, Atak, Herde, they are placed in red data book of IUCN. IUCN means International Union for Conservation of Nature, and these particular plants are considered as on the verge of extinction category. Now we are going to move towards our next topic, that is remedies to conserve forest. It is a moral duty. In order to protect and conserve forest, the government of India implemented a national forest policy in 1952, and in 1980 the parliament has passed legislative act. In 1988 a new policy was announced and certain steps should be taken to preserve forest. So first is forest is our nation's resource. So take it as the moral duty to protect them. Second, there should be heavy punishment inflicted for the person who cut trees illegally. So tree felling should be stopped. Third, to increase public participation in One Mahotsav and other programs implemented by the Government of India. So trees must be planted on either side of wasteland, river, railway tracks, roads, and then to raise them. Create awareness about environment through environmental education in school syllabus, and then celebrate certain environment related days. So here I would like to tell you, see the environment related days. For example, 21st March. 21st March is celebrated as World Forest Day. 22nd April is celebrated as Earth Day. 5th June is celebrated as World Environment Day. July month it's One Mahotsav month, and 16th September is celebrated as World Ozone Day. Now we will see the next point. Take precautions to avoid forest fire. In case of fire, it must be doused immediately. Use renewable energy resources like apart from the electricity, we can go for solar energy, bioenergy, wind energy, right? And in place of traditional resources like wood, right, to use to get energy. Explain the importance of forests to people through broadcasting media and bring public awareness about it. The year 2011, it was declared as World Forest Year in order to bring global awareness. Social forestry, it means manage forests to help environment, society and rural development to conserve forest and plant more and more trees. FRI, that is Forest Research Institute, it undertakes forest related research. Hence, this is how we can see the remedies to conserve forest. It will help in forest conservation. Overall, the environmental importance of forest and the products and their utility, it will help us to take the awareness of growing more and more trees to help our Mother Earth to survive. Thank you.